I've always told you all, after sales it will be followed by profit and loss. So we have to make a fifth working note, that is calculation of profit and loss on the previous sales. So firstly write selling price. Selling price was 2,12,355. Now let's calculate the cost price. The formula is face value sold divided by face value held into cost. So we know face value held is 26,000. From the calculation of the total sales, here we know 26,000, and face value sold is 13,000. We know that also. Just now we need to simply calculate the cost, that is debit minus credit cost. Okay, before the date of sales, debit cost minus credit cost. So we'll write it over here in our working. We'll simply make it half, 1 2. Okay, half debit minus credit. So on the debit side we have 2,25,000 plus 1 lakh plus 24,000, and on the credit side we have 10,000. So now let's calculate half into 3,25,000 plus 24,000 minus 10,000, which is equal to 3,39,000 divided by 2, which is equal to 1,69,500, and we get a profit of rupees 42,855 rupees profit we get from this sales. Okay, so we just simply post it in the ledger on 1/1/10 to profit and loss account 42855. Okay, if you want, I'll again draw this P&L account, debit, credit. Don't worry, I'll be drawing this entire golden rule in the last after solving this sum. So don't worry, debit all expenses and losses, all income and gain. Okay, hope this is quite clear to you all. Now what is remaining? Now we just simply need to close the account. Okay, so let's see. We'll get a closing on this side, 31,310 by balance 13,000. We know we have sold 13,000. So we'll write 1,30,000 over here. 13,000 into 10. We have sold 13,000 out of 26,000. That means we are having balance equity shares of 13,000. Income is dash, and weighted average means the balancing figure of the cost. So we need to calculate that. 2,25,000 plus 1 lakh plus 24,000 plus 42,855 less 10,000 less 2,12,355, which is equal to 1,69,500. This is the balancing figure. I hope you all can do this grand total on your own. And one more thing is remaining on 31,310, which is to profit and loss account. Since it is the income column, here 30,000 will be coming. It is a revenue income. It will be simply transferred to profit and loss account. I hope this is quite clear to you all. So now I am giving time to copy, and after copying I'll give some hint of this chapters. Okay, of this chapter. So please pause the video and complete this, copy this sum. Now please pause the video and copy this sum. I hope you all have copied till here. grand total is something which is not important in IPCC exam, but if you have time you can do. If you are suffering from lack of time in exam, please skip this part, because calculating is a very irritating job while solving sums in the exam, during the exam. At home, please try solving the entire sum with the grand totals also. Okay, if in exam you miss that, it's okay. There are no marks for grand total. I hope you all know that much. I hope you all have copied this page working. Please copy working note number 3. Calculation of dividend. I hope you all have copied this. Calculate the sales, 4th working note. Copy it fast. I hope you all have copied. Copy this, the last working note, profit and loss on previous sales. I hope you all have copied. Now, since we have came to an end of this chapter, small hints. Always read the full question. Do not start from the dates. Okay. Third, always mark near brokerage stuff. Since there is a question we have solved in fixed income bearing securities, in which there was a sum, at the end it was given on all transaction 1% brokerage has to be paid. So please understood that. I hope you all have understood that. So read the question full. Fourth, what was that I want to share with you all. Check any value of the closing stock is given, that is FMV is given or not. Okay, I hope you have understood this. So firstly, I want you all to please copy this, because if you read this hint, you will automatically understand that you are not going to make a mistake. If you want, you can copy, otherwise you can skip. Now, the most simple thing I want to share with you all, the golden rule in a T format. Real account. Real account means assets, debit and credit. Debit, what comes in. Credit, what goes out. So simply understand, real means assets. Real means capital assets. So if you don't understand real account, please pick up your 11th standard book and see what are real accounts. I won't be teaching what is real account over here. I'll be teaching golden rule. It's okay, because golden rule is simple, something that I need to explain you all, so that you don't mug up all the entries and do goof in the exam. Better you understand it by golden rule. You will automatically, while practicing, you will get the grip on it, but you should know a golden rule, because if there is any tricky adjustment in the question, you should always follow the golden rules and pass the entry in that manner. Okay. Then we have nominal account, which is P&L account and all. Debit, credit. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all income and gain. Okay, so I'll be writing P&L account over here. So if anywhere you think there is any profit or loss, how to post it, just see in this ledger. Okay, in this T ledger. Quite simple it is. You will never do mistake over here. And the last is personal account. In personal account, banks also come. Okay, debit, credit. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, so if you want, I'll write one name, bank. or RAM account. Quite simple. So please copy it if you want. I know no one would have taught you golden rule in this manner, but if anyone have taught, you have been taught by a great teacher.